6 months ago, we heard about Strawberry Mansion High School inside Philadelphia. For 5 straight years, it has been considered one of the most dangerous schools in this country. Located in a neighborhood where 40% of the families live in poverty, the city's highest number of homicides and assaults. So we wanted to know, who are the 435 students trying to get an education there? The kind of education so many of us take for granted. So 6 months ago, we took our cameras into Strawberry Mansion to look at their day when that school bell rings and the security guards offer a prayer of protection. It is morning at Strawberry Mansion High School.
We must save the children.
So many kids coming to learn, and others on a hairpin. This school year, there have been 49 serious incidents like the ones we filmed. On one day, boys in a rough fistfight. On another day, girls attacking each other, and that's the principal caught in the middle. Incidents include attacking teachers, setting fires.
Somebody thought it was cute to start it on fire. Safety is not a joke.
Principal Linda Wayman was an assistant superintendent in the district before coming to Strawberry Mansion this year.
I could not find a principal who was suitable to handle this school. So therefore, I said to myself, because I love these students dearly, and I knew the community, I will just volunteer to be the principal.
In this school, security guards watch for razor blades and tinfoil, knives, and Vaseline on faces used to make you slippery during a fight. Security cameras everywhere.
And
how many cameras?
94.
94?
94 cameras, yes, and we need more.
Trying to protect kids like a small, quiet 9th grader named Malaysia.
To me, it's important to get grades because I want to get a scholarship.
Malaysia says she just wants to make her dad proud. But one day after school, Malaysia is punched in the face by another girl.
Get busted up pretty good.
I mean, it's like it's sore still.
She tells me she's bullied a lot. You scared?
Of fighting?
Sometimes of coming to school.
Yeah, because I'm little.
Little like Razak.
How do you protect yourself at school?
Well, I use my words. I don't try to be big. I don't try to be anything. I just be myself.
He's in the 9th grade and tries to show up at school every day, even though he shoulders a lot of responsibility at home for his mother and sisters. Potatoes cook on the stove near his bed. His clothes are in those plastic bags. His pride, the junior military uniform he carefully lays out on the chair. What are your favorite subjects?
Chemistry.
Yeah?
I like learning about the atoms and the periodic table.
Back at Strawberry Mansion, it's time for lunch just before noon.
This is the most scariest part of the day for me. I get petrified because I know that if they outnumber me, I don't know if I have enough manpower to bring them back.
And as we watch, another fight breaks out. One girl had spit on the other. And Wayman rushes to break it up.
Oh, take her out, take her out.
She quickly restores order.
I'm down.
My leg, my knee.
Take a deep breath, okay? Calm down, take a deep breath.
By the way, during the mayhem, one of the students steps in to protect me.
We don't want nobody here, Diane. Don't got back up.
Today's a new day.
Like other kids around this country, students at Strawberry Mansion want a music program, but they have no teacher, so they try to do it themselves.
I smile.
And when it comes time for parent-teacher conference day,
Mr. Quigley, I'm just curious, how many parents have you had come in the last 2 days?
This is the first parent that I saw so far.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
out of his 70 students, only one parent shows up. It's Malaysia's dad. He knows that the bullying and chaos at the school distract her, but her grades are slipping, and he pleads with her to remember her future.
Look at the mistakes that I made with my life. I don't want the same thing for you.
He works in construction and says he just wants her to have more.
I gotta make money with my hands. Why don't you make it with your brain? You understand?
By spring, Principal Wayman has reduced serious incidents at the school by half, and she has doubled the number of seniors accepted into college. But some of those seniors tell her they do not have the few $100s for a deposit fee to secure a spot. For a moment, the tough, determined principal is in tears. In the auditorium, a school police officer plays Praise Him, a hymn of hope. The year almost over. Another day ends at Strawberry Mansion. The bell about to ring.
I want you to be careful going home today, young people. And you all have to remember that education is the only way. It is your only ticket. And remember, if nobody told you they loved you today, you remember I do. I look forward to seeing you in school on time on Monday. Have a great day when the bell sounds. Thank you. Oh, I can still remember. I can still remember the day that I announced to my staff my decision to leave the assistant superintendent's job to go to Strawberry Mansion High School to become its principal. I walked in the central office, told my staff to pack up, we're leaving, and one said, leaving? Leaving to go where? I said to Strawberry Mansion High School. They knew all about Strawberry Mansion High School's challenges. Prior to me responding to the call to go to Strawberry Mansion High School, I struggled day and night and had many questions about why God wanted me to go to Strawberry Mansion High School. What did I have to offer? Then I met the students, and my heart sank in disbelief. In their eyes was gloom, joylessness, agony, despair, and pain. In 2012, there were students in American schools with no hope for the future. Hopeless. How was that possible? This is America. We have a Declaration of Independence, the want, the will, and the hopes of the people that enshrines 3 basic rights: the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But how in an American school, their most vulnerable children was not exposed to or familiar with the transformational power of education, the main thing by which hope is built. We are talking about America's children. How could that be possible? This country was built on hope. Soon after meeting the students and after praying a lot, God revealed the answer to that question. What did I have to offer the students at Strawberry Mansion High School? The answer was simple: the possibility of hope. God instilled hope in, God said, go instill hope in the children that have lost their way. Help them find their true purpose and their life to be an example that there are people in the world that care about what happens to them. Restoring hope became my primary responsibility. Twice a day, every day, I used a public address system to make the announcements. They usually started with something like this: education can save your life. Can anybody hear me out there? Education can save your life. Look around you, young people. You have seen everything else: violence, incarceration, and even death. But take my word for it, education can change your whole life. I am a living witness to that. So go to class, do your work, follow the rules, and dream big. And when I finished each day's announcements, I ended them all the same way. Remember, if nobody told you they loved you today, you remember I do. It has been 16 months since taking over the principal of Strawberry Mansion High School, and 6 months since the Nightline special, and 1 month since I attended the Pennsylvania Conference for Women. All have been life-altering experiences for me. At the Pennsylvania Conference for Women, I revealed that God made it possible for me to be there, and I was sent there with a particular message and a particular purpose for all 7,000 of the women. The message was simple. God wanted me to tell some and remind others that they hold the power, the influence, the voice, and the clout to make the people of this country understand that this nation must invest in the education of all its children, if it's going to remain the wealthiest nation on earth. They were charged with making everyone they encountered understand that all children meant all children. Children born in poverty, children that are homeless, children that have been incarcerated and lost their way, children with mental illness, and children with all types of special needs. That was their charge, and now, hopefully, it is yours. When I was asked to speak here today, fear almost crippled me. I immediately said, 10,000 women, oh my God, no. Then I was given a chance to think about it. And in a dream, God spoke to me one more time. And he said, Linda, you must go there. There is someone in the audience. And that was all I heard. What is meant by that? I do not know. Maybe you can complete that phrase. All I know is that when God says go, I go. So here I am. I prayed hard. I prayed hard to hear the message that was supposed to come through me to you today. And finally, it is my sharing of lessons learned, my what I know for sure after surrendering to the will of God to serve at Strawberry Mansion High School in hopes that it will inspire you to serve when you hear the call as I do. What I know for sure is that one person can make a difference in the life of a child. So when you meet one, help one. What I know for sure is that sacrifice is necessary. All sacrifices are rewarded with ample supply of blessings. Being here today with you is one of mine. What I know for sure is that there are many caring people in the world, and they are waiting and willing to demonstrate their love to help a child in need. My students can attest to that, and for that, I say thank you. What I know for sure is that there is power in each and every one of us. And if we use the power of us, we could make it possible that no child in this country live without hope. We could just tell them our story that would give them hope. What I know for sure is that the power of us could make it possible for all children to understand the power of education. We can just tell them our story of what education has done in our lives and the lives of our ancestors. What I know for sure is that the power of us could make it possible for every child to experience love in one form or another. When we simply tell them how we show love to our own children and the other children in our lives. And finally, what I know for sure, is that prayer changes things. I invite you to try it. So, as I leave the conference today, recognize your own power and the power of all of us, and direct it toward your service in life, and use it when necessary to make life better for someone, especially a child in need. Return to your hometowns and let the power serve the lives of others. In closing, Dr. Martin Luther King once said, everyone can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to have your sub and verb agreements to serve. You only have to have a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. Thank you very much.